Yo, welcome to another episode of Sparking Conversation, yo, where we spark and we conversate. You know what I'm saying? But look, I appreciate each and every one of y'all that always come on and check out the show. Even those of you that check out the show after the pre-recording, you know what I mean? It means a lot that you guys actually take time out your day to come listen to what we're talking about and listen to what we got to say. All right. So today is episode 10. All right, episode 10. And what we're talking about today is we're going to be talking about friendship. We're going to be talking about the ins and outs of friendship. I got a couple of my homegirls that are going to join me coming up soon. And, we're going to chop it up and we're going to get into it because we want to figure this out because we think that it's very important that people understand the difference between friends and associates and then people we just get along with. You know, sometimes we have things in common with people and then we use that as a means to say, yo, this is what makes us friends. But when in actuality, as we saw that happened to the young lady Shanquilla, that your friends, you got to really be careful about who you consider a friend. And you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna talk about that. But before we get into that, of course, y'all already know we got to get into the sponsors of how everything goes down. So I want to make sure that y'all go out there and y'all check this out, yo. Y'all know we got the Collective Wear as one of the sponsors. It's time for the fall. It's cold out here, and we ready, y'all. All y'all got to do, if y'all really want to find out what's going on, just hit us up on our link tree, and yo, you can figure out how to get that merch, yo. Collective Wear is always be one of the sponsors of the show and everything we do. As you can see, I have on my CEO's mental joint. Y'all know CEO is mental. It's all up here first. It's not about what you own. It's about what you know and how you apply it, y'all. How you apply it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and without further ado, I got to make sure y'all understand. Y'all got to jump out there and go check out these records, yo. I got this record. Feels So Good.
Yeah, I'm going to listen, And she said, yeah, please, cause this is something I need. The show ain't rocket science, or maybe not be too deep, but every time that you're with me, feels so good. Yeah, come on, feels so.
And y'all know, y'all can check that joint out right there on the link tree as well, too. You can find out how to get to that joint. But I got a new record that's coming and I'm excited about, right? And it's dropping on my birthday, 12/11. You know what I mean? So I'm going to give y'all a little sample of that for all of y'all that are tuning in right now and all y'all that's going to watch. I'm going to give y'all a little preview of that. So check this out, yo. It's called Dave
Chappelle. They offered me 50, but they owe me 500. I don't want someone all of it. I may tell jokes, but this don't laugh and matter. I feel like I'm like one of those ones that's never been selfish. Try to bring all my people with me, but then all the people with me, they really don't be with me. 1 minute they here, then they go.
So y'all know what to do, man. Y'all just follow me. Y'all follow me everywhere. Y'all can follow me on IG. I'm saying at Raw1. Y'all want to keep up what's going on. If you guys want to donate to the show, want to support the show or anything like that, I promise y'all the show, anything that y'all give, it goes right back into production for the skits and everything else we do. So it doesn't go in vain. It doesn't go in the pocket. It doesn't go in a new gear, but it does go into the production and overall quality of what we're doing and we're bringing y'all. So we appreciate all of y'all that do click the link and actually do support. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to introduce my guest. Before I do that, I want y'all to know if y'all want to, we're streaming live on Twitch and we on YouTube tonight. All right. So y'all can check us out on either one. And yeah, we're gonna get busy. So I'm gonna introduce my guest. All right. And my guest, y'all already know one of them. She worked with me on all the comedy stuff I do. I got 5 on it. And then, I got my homegirl, Tamika. She's going to join us, too. And she's been in a couple of the skits that we've been doing so far. She kind of new to the team. You know what I mean? It was like I just kind of threw her in it. One day she happened to be on set when we was filming. And then ever since then, you know what I'm saying, it's been picking up. So I appreciate her for jumping on. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce y'all. And here it go. What up, me?
What's good? How are you?
All right, what's going on, yo? All right, and ooh, they go T, yo, what up, Country T in the building?
What's going on?
All right,
Tamika's in the building, both of them. Okay.
Hey.
We got 2 Meeks in the building, you know what I'm saying? I bet. So, of course, y'all already know I appreciate y'all jumping on. Y'all know to chop it out with me. Y'all already know the topic. So we're going to kind of get into it, you know what I mean? So this is what I want to do. I want to say this, man. I want to say that, a lot of people like to separate friends. You know what I mean? Like they like to separate who they feel like is this type of friend and that type of friend. You know, people have these friend categories, so to speak, where they put people. And then sometimes I realize that the people that we consider friends are just people that we could kind of like hang out with. But when it comes to the quality of your life or helping you with the next level or offering opportunities, very seldom do we run across people that those are our friends. You know what I'm saying? And we run across it a lot. We see it a lot. We have even with family, like even with family, we see the same thing. Like you'll get support from a stranger quicker than you get support from people that know you.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when that happens, the so-called people that's considered your friend or your friends, they feel entitled once you get to a certain level of they supposed to be there with you.
Ooh.
You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I want to start with y'all. Either one of y'all could jump in. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into these questions. But so we know what happened with the young girl, Shanquilla. You know what I mean? She went out of town with her friends and a tragedy happened. Or with people she consider her friends. And tragedy happens. Right? Now, we all know, we see it all the time. Girls trip this, girls trip that, hanging with my girls, girls night, girls sleepover, all these other things. So from the outside looking in, especially from a male point of view, it looks like women actually get along.
Not really. Not really.
All right, so help me understand. Help
Like,
us understand. So what is it that we missing? From the male's point of view, when we looking at y'all and we see all these things, what are we actually missing?
Me could take it.
there's like, there could be inner resentment in females. I actually have some friends that I grew up with, and one of them is legitimately jealous of the other person. They claim that's their best friend, but when something tragic happens to the other one, you can kind of see like giddiness in that person. Like but they keep them around. You know, that person who doesn't really like them, they keep them around for some reason, but they're just waiting for them to have a downfall. Like it's just, I don't know what it is. It's never been my type.
Right.
I don't know the mentality of it. We got to find one of them type chicks. They must know. I don't understand it. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't want to be around somebody that you don't like or
but you know what?
you're jealous of.
People do that because of opportunity, I think. You know,
Yes.
It's like people will do enough to hang around close enough if they see potential in you, if they see that you're serious about something or you got something going on, they'll do just enough to hang around you, but in low key be in competition with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so Country T, like it's the same thing that kind of go on in the comedy lane, right? But the thing that I like about you is that you still don't shy away from doing things that are female based.
No, never.
You know what I mean? Even though you could kind of relate. So talk to us from that standpoint, because men need to understand this too, because a lot of times when men get in relationships with different women, they get in relationships with their friends too. People say that they don't, but they do.
They do. They
Because people way
do.
too damn nosy, and they be always talking about shit they ain't got no business talking about. You understand
like,
what I'm saying?
Yeah, because like my husband is my friend husband. You know what I'm saying? She just don't sleep with him. You know.
You get what I'm saying?
It's like, you know, it's like, hey, her you know, like her tire flat. You know, you gotta go check on her. I can't leave work. You go check on her.
It's a unit.
Unit. So I say this. So I honestly, I've always kind of wanted that female type of companionship, like, you know, a girlfriend. Growing up, you know, my grandmother was like very religious, so, you know, wore skirts all the time. So my grandma used to always say, you know, you ain't got no friend but Jesus. You ain't got no friend but Jesus. I mean, that was her thing. Like, I ain't even your friend. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't even your friend. You can't always confide in me because I might tell somebody. So, and now, you know, as an adult, everything she said was so true as far as you don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have any friends, because I had a homegirl, you know, that I was tight with in high school, and we was like, you know, thick as thieves. And come to find out, she was upset about this guy that I was dating that she wanted to date. And so, do you know, she like, just like Mika said, you know, she stood close to me so she could hurt me, so she could be detrimental to me. Like, she started like sleeping with guys who I was, you know, talking to, not, you know, dealing with. And she actually ended up marrying one of my ex-boyfriends.
Wow.
Right? Like, she got the one up, but boo to them because he had a baby. She had a baby on him.
You out, yeah. You
He had
out.
a baby on
But
him.
you know what?
You know?
I have a small theory about that. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing some study and some investigation. I realized that a lot of times when women have a whole lot in common, most of the time they don't talk about it enough, but they have the same type of man in common. It's
Right.
some type of
Yeah.
frequency.
Most
You know what I'm saying?
definitely.
That
No, that's
comes
true.
off. You know what I
That's
mean? It's
true.
some type of frequency because most people, because we don't know our past, we don't know our history. Most of us don't map our DNA. We don't know like the type of things that we will be accustomed to that's deep down embedded in our subconscious that we don't understand, because sometimes we could get along or deal with certain things that we don't understand why. And then it's this other person over here, like y'all said, looking for somebody to actually fall, trip, whatever, just to feel some type of satisfaction. When it should be the other way around. When a person is leveling up, when a person is moving up, that should be what gets you sparked up and excited. You know what I mean? Because you're around that energy. But instead, people don't mark that energy. So one of the real topics, we're going to have another topic, not tonight. Tonight, just about friendship. But we're going to have a relationship show where we're going to talk about that, because that's not talked about enough in our community based on what you said. You know, people hard pressed to have real conversation. Hard pressed. Like, they act like it's going to hurt to have real, genuine conversation.
Because it is, right? It is going to hurt to have a real, genuine conversation. You know what I mean? It's gonna really hurt to get naked and turn that mirror and look in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? So that's the truth. And it's crazy because my husband has all, and when I mean all his friends from how he grew up, from when he grew up. I'm talking about every last one of them. It was like a pack. They played football together. They live around each other. They dealt with tragedy together as far as like deaths, and they're from an area that floods and hurricanes hit real bad. So they've been through everything together. And just about all of them turned 50 this year. I've been to like 7 to 8 50th birthday parties this year. You know what I mean? They were all his friends. And I don't have that. And I hate that. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I hate that. Right. Like, I have sisters, so that's different. But even with your sisters, a lot of times you don't want them, I don't tell my sisters things that I might tell a girlfriend or whatever. Right. And I'm not sure why that is, because maybe, you don't want your sisters to judge you or to look at you in a different light.
It'd be like that when it comes to family. It'd be like that.
You know what I mean? So you kind of just, I'm gonna keep that too. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna give too much of myself. But I don't know, like he left. He just left now, and he going, home, to his hometown, and he gonna meet, up with 3 of his homeboys. You know what I mean? Right. They're all together.
And I was gonna tell you that. That's why I'm asking from the outside when it comes to women, because we see all that all the time, like the whole girls trip, the whole thing. But with guys, like with us, like what I'm learning, this is me. I'm gonna say this: when I'm learning about friends and about males, the people that are friends, because when I grew up, all my best friends was my family, like my cousins and my uncles and all them. I have such a huge family.
Right? Yeah, that's me too.
Those were my best friends. Now I have friends outside of that, people I went to school with, people I hung with in wherever I lived at, or whatever block I was living on. Like, I had those people that we consider friends, but my best friends was my family.
Right, yeah. Right?
So as an adult, what I realized is that in this particular hustle, because most of the time, if a person is around me and they consider me a friend, they got to be part of something that is going on. Like, I don't have like leisure, casual people that I just go hang out with and have drinks and all that. That defeats the purpose for me.
That's an associate, though.
Yeah. Like everybody that's around me, that's considered my friend. Yeah, they doing something. They in a skit. They doing something.
But that's men. I think that's just men. It's kind of like girls want to have fun type of thing. But for men, it's like if he's not um providing something to your life, right?
Mhm.
Then he's not, I ain't
Valuable.
really rocking with him. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
But we get
and
that from the women in our life, because remember, that's how we get judged. Like, if we're not valuable
right.
enough, we don't count. Like, you can't have a down moment. Like,
Well, y'all do
as
the same thing then. Yeah,
you
do the
know what I
same
mean?
thing.
So that's
Well,
why
y'all
for
same.
us it's like a learned trait. Like, it's a learned trait. We like put people in a certain position and we leave them there.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
you know what I
because
mean? Like, we don't expect more than where they are. We don't do that. But for women, like, I'm understanding, because like this young girl died, yo,
right.
and it was a male there.
More than
Like
one,
I understand it was part of the alphabet community,
but
but
more than
they
one, but
but
still,
but
I
they
would
were
never,
there.
I
Yeah, they were
never,
there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm
And this young girl
never,
lost her life. So, all right,
I
so Tamika,
could
let me ask you
never.
this, yo. Like, when we, because I know I see y'all do a lot of things with your homegirls and stuff too, and I know that y'all go on certain things to try to meet people and put yourself out there to try to meet new friends, right?
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about that process of how you got the courage up to even do that, because that's how you even met Nicole, right?
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about that particular process of how you you know what I'm saying, what motivated you to do that.
Well, I was just going through I needed some social time. I needed to find friends again. I had a best friend here in this area. She had passed away. And so for 2 years, I kind of was just to myself. So I was like, you know what? I need to get out there. I need to meet some people, but I don't really like people. So
Wow.
so it was a little awkward. But I go off of vibe. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I follow my instincts. I go with my intuition. I'm tuned in. My gut hang over a little bit, but she woke. She be telling me what's up. So I just follow that.
All right. You
I
said
just
she
Act like
woke.
follow
that,
me
lady.
gut.
That's so
But
dope.
yeah, that's what it is, because you can pick up a lot. Some people are just
Mm-hmm.
not. We all have an intuition. We all get those little feelings, and you might have just brushed it off. Maybe it's nothing, but when something's not right.
Facts.
And it's about following that. It's about listening to that, seeing the scene, peeping how they interact with other people. Um, the first time people meet me, when you first met me, I was quiet. I kind of
Yeah.
spectate. I gotta kind of peep how everybody is just existing. You know what I mean? Without my interference. I just
Right.
kind of want to see what y'all doing, what y'all about. Because if I don't feel right, if it just feels off for whatever reason, I'm gone. Like, that's it.
Yeah, yo,
I'm
well,
not gonna try it
I'm
again.
I'm glad it worked out, because I just threw you. I just snatched people. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you know what?
You
What you want
did
to
just
do?
snatch me.
Yo,
But just like grandma always say, you got to go with your first man. You know what I
Yeah.
that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Your gut is your first mind, yo. I
Yes.
like
mean?
that,
Your
yo.
first
Gotta go with
man.
your first mind, yo. You gotta put that on the
Yeah.
yo. Wait, hold on. We're gonna talk off camera, yo. I don't want to
Right, I
say too
got
much,
you.
yo.
But I mean, it
Word.
is. It's kind of like, and I know we're not, specifically speaking about this young lady in Charlotte, but she didn't read the room.
Mhm.
She didn't read the room. And it's like, and I say young people because of course they were, definitely younger than me and the generation that I don't come from. But
Right.
why are there no videos of them going to Mexico? Why are there no videos of them at the airport? Why are there no videos of them, getting turned, I guess, that's what they call
Yeah,
it, getting
turn it
turned
up.
up.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you going to Mexico, and I'm sure this was a lot of their first time maybe going to Mexico or
International.
whatever, but
Mhm.
these children videotape everything.
Yeah, they
They
do.
video everything, but nobody was
Bathroom.
videotaping, right?
Yeah.
Nobody was videotaping the fun part. Oh, we about to turn up. Hey y'all, we in the airport. We in Charlotte Airport. We Charlotte Douglas Airport. We on our way to
Yes.
Mexico. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Make some
yeah, yeah,
noise.
yeah.
None of that. All we see is the terrible parts of it, right?
Right.
Because they plotted against this young woman. And I don't care what nobody say. That's one thing about me. I'm not going to sit back and allow nobody to hurt anybody. It's not. I'm just not going to do that.
Yeah,
I'm
me
not going to
neither,
do that.
y'all.
Period.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that either. Especially not in a room full of people that actually came somewhere together. Like for
Right.
me, it's different. Like you might come with somebody that we don't know. Like I've
Right.
I've been in places like that before too, where people have invited me places where I only know a few people. I don't know everybody there. But
Because
at
you
the
want to
same
know who
time,
all over there.
exactly.
Who
Before I
all
even
over
get there, yo, who over there?
Right.
Okay. But outside of that, though, I don't think that, and I think you're right about a lot of things, because a lot of times we don't read the room. A lot of times people don't read the room in a lot of situations,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But I think that's a very important topic to speak on, is like how to read the room. So let's talk about that, for example, because I like to feed off of energy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If I walk into a certain room, certain energy, certain vibes, certain conversations people have, that sets the tone for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, what helps y'all when it comes to that? I need both of y'all to say something about this. So, what is reading the room to you?
So I'll say this. So I used to work in loss prevention, right?
Right.
And
Watch
one
people
of
stealing.
the
Somebody you brought in there, like, yo, I'm watching you. If you don't get what I asked you to get, I'm gonna tell on you.
exactly,
All right, I got
right?
you.
Got the boosters like, hey,
Right.
I can get you
Listen.
if I got you, if you got me. But and that was the one thing that my trainer taught me, which of course he was a ex law enforcement officer, and he always say people will tell you how they feel about you with their eyes. Watch people's eyes.
Wow.
Watch how they look at you when you walk past. Watch how they look at you when you're talking to them, if they look at you.
At all.
You know what I mean? So if you look at people's eyes, you don't even got to look at the body language. You don't have to look at me cross my hands. You don't have to look at me interlock my fingers. You don't have to look at any of that. But if you look at my eyes, you could tell. Like when I come around a corner or an aisle and I see somebody looking, looking all around, oh, they stealing.
Gotcha.
You know what I
So reading
mean?
a room is based on you kind of going to a room, depending on people that's in there that you don't know, and kind of look at their eyes, or kind of look at what they're looking at and how they're looking.
Yeah,
because
scan it. Like,
because what they're gonna do, the first thing they're gonna do, right? If they don't know you or they're not familiar with you, they're gonna look you up and down.
Okay.
Me personally,
Yeah, I'm familiar with that. I'm
I'm gonna
definitely
look at your
familiar with that.
shoes because that's what I do. I look at
Yeah.
your shoes.
Listen, I was just getting ready to say that. As a guy, I just make sure everywhere I go into, okay, where I'm going, I got the shoes. It's gonna be all right, yo.
Right.
People
I'm like,
looking at your shoes all the time, yo. Like, yo.
your shoes gonna tell me what kind of day you
Listen,
having.
Look at what kind of life you having. Yo.
Yeah, I
Word
mean,
up.
not even life though. Sometimes
If
just
you
the
got
day.
listen, if you got dressed and you put those on, yeah, that's your life, yo.
But look, I be dressed and I throw my Crocs on. You know what I mean? That means I had on some heels.
That's the thing. Women can do that. Y'all can walk around looking like y'all work for like a nursing home. Dudes that be out here wearing Crocs, that ain't it. And
my husband love Crocs. We even gonna talk about that. He got so many pair. I could. Look.
I don't judge. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't judge. You know what I'm saying? Because if your feet hurt, your feet hurt.
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? He said 2 knee replacements. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for his service.
I don't judge, yo. Word up. You know what I'm saying?
So,
and he used to jump out of planes, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, see, his landing was different. He deserved Crocs.
Exactly.
He need to make airmen Crocs.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
What you need to be
Mika,
walking around with dunks on.
Yeah,
word up.
With your
That's
flat
crazy.
But
yo, Mika, help me out.
Yeah.
You tell me your version of reading the room.
Yeah, like she was saying, it's eyes. I'm checking the whole person. Because sometimes they are looking at you, but their body's off. It's you just, especially if you know them and you see that, it's like I kind of want to know what I'm walking into. And energy, I honestly do read energy. And so if I feel it kind of rushing at me, then I know there's something going on. You can always kind of peep when people might have been mentioning your name before you walked in the room. You know, it's like a shift of
They
energy.
be talking about me.
Yeah, like I
Yo,
feel a
every
shift of
time,
energy.
yo, every time. And
Yeah.
I was gonna say that, and for me, it's the same for me. Like looking in people's eyes, it's a little different when they make eye contact.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but what I like to pay attention to is what people say. I love to pay attention to what people say. Like, what is their conversation? What is it that they talk about? What is it that they figuring out? Because they always use a certain bravado if they're intimidated. Number one, if they're insecure. Number two, or if they are trying to overcompensate for something else. Especially when it comes to men, because you know how it is with egos. They're gonna automatically start either talking about what they have, talking about what they do, talking about what they got. Then you automatically know, all right, this ain't the room for me. This ain't the person for me. When people can have genuine conversation, that's how you can tell a room based on comfortability, like whether I should stay in this room or it's like, yo, I bet, yo, my man, it was cool. I appreciate you for inviting me, but I'm gonna holler at you. I got this other thing going on, you know, and it's as simple as that. Getting up out of the way, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So let me ask y'all this, yo. Like, when it comes to female interactions with other females, do you think that it's more of a competition base? Or do you think that it's more of, you know, the fact that there is low-key jealousy? Because sometimes for me, I think that it's a lot of, this is what it looked like from the outside when it comes to, you know, women. Men look at women like they always get along. Like I said earlier, like they get along, they have their crew, they have their team, they have this, that, and the third. We always see that from the outside looking in. But as y'all said today, it ain't always like that. You'll see a group of people that's always together, but in that group, one person resents the other person on the low, but they still hang together. Like dudes don't do that. Like if you don't like a person, we don't hang. Like if they come somewhere that we'll chill. We could be in the same room, but we're not gonna go nowhere with them or for them. We don't do that. You know
That's
what I'm
why I
saying?
never understood.
How do y'all still?
I'm sorry.
No, you good. But the question is, how do y'all still feel like? How is that still a thing that is able to happen now in 2022 when it comes to women?
I think, you know, like I say, we can talk about, you know, sayings, because a lot of stuff is, you know, inserted. Like, you know, you keep your friends close and your enemies closer, or, you know, you said competition and jealousy, right? So I think it's a
Yeah,
little
like
bit
which
of
one?
both, right? I think it's a little bit of both. You know, you want to look, you know, you want friends that you might look better than, you know what I mean? So you can always look better, you could shine
So you
brighter.
want to stand out,
Right, you know what I mean? You can shine brighter, you know, when y'all go out or whatever, or you want to be more successful than, you know, this one, or you want your relationship, you know, you want your relationship to look better than this one.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah.
you know, it's like, it's so funny because my auntie, you know, she told me, once you get married, you're gonna lose your best friend. And I was like, nah, not me. I ain't never gonna happen. But every woman I know that's married has fallen out with her best friend. I'm just saying the ones I know, and have fallen out with their best friend once they got married.
I'm telling y'all, it's the thing. We're gonna talk about this on another show, man. It's about relationships. I'm gonna pull out some different like commentary and different things that people go look up and research, different books that they talk about it, different inserts that people. It's a real study that's especially based in our community. Like we don't understand that dynamic. We honestly think that for some reason that the Western civilization, the way that they put on us based on slavery, is really the way that it goes for us, and it really do not. So it's going to be a whole. Go ahead, me. What you gonna say?
I think it's about the mentality of the females, though, as well. Because some females do want to be top dog. they do want to be the one out of their crew who is the best at everything. But then you
Gotcha.
have those who want those who are doing better so that they get pushed. So it
Exactly.
really depends on the mentality, and that's why you need to figure out your mentality and find your people. Because my best friend, I've been best friends with her for over 20 years.
Mm.
And
Congratulations,
so,
girl.
so I mean, that's since high school. We were freshmen in high school when we met. And so I don't have those types of friendships where there's jealousy and envy. I don't keep a lot of friends for that very reason. I keep a very small crew because too many spirits, it's just it just
too much
can cause some
energy.
chaos. And so for me, I keep it small so I know who I can trust in my circle with what information, though. You know what I mean? So I still know who I can go to for what, but I don't keep a lot of friends, and I make sure their mentality matches up with mine, because I don't want somebody who's my friend who's in toxic competition with me.
Toxic.
I don't mind if it's, friendly competition. Yeah, let's push each other
Let's
to
get
get
each other. Yeah,
better.
let's get it.
Yeah,
Let's get it.
but I
Yeah.
don't want that toxic competition. Like, if I feel that, you ain't in my circle no more. Like, I can't.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't need that in my presence because it's not conducive to me or you. Like, we both need to
Facts.
see.
So let me ask y'all this then, man, because if you kind of put it in that perspective, I think that we gotta find, because I think it's important that we kind of develop some type of community when it comes to what we consider friends and what we consider associates, right? Because there's a place for everybody in our life. You know what I mean? Everybody don't belong. Like, I like to look at things as circles inside of circles. You know what I mean? Like, everybody don't belong in every circle, but we all can be in a circle, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? If you find people that kind of, like, you know what I mean? Like, that get it, that get you in this particular level, and then we deal with that on that level. But then there's the people that deal with you on a spiritual level, because that's the hardest level to find a friend in, is the spiritual level. Because people who are religious, 9 times out of 10 are not spiritual.
Right.
It's contradictory for them. You know what I'm saying? So that's the hardest friend to find, is a friend that you can find in a spiritual sense. That person that you can relate to spiritually, a person that understands that there are things that are a part of us that have been lost to us, have been stolen from us, that if we just get that information and understand how to activate it, we can change everything about our lives and the trajectory that we're going in. If we could focus on that, that's the hardest friend to find. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, because so many people have blinded themselves to the fact of whether they think that somebody gonna float down on a cloud, or whether the thing that is inside of you is what's gonna save you. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother thing. I might have to have another show about that too. Let's be here.
Because I don't know anybody who gonna lay down their life for a friend. You know what I mean? Because that's spiritual. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing that we do. If you can understand that sometimes laying down your life is not necessarily you dying, but offering an opportunity to your friends.
Right. Yeah.
And not being scared to feel like you being outshined by your friend, or for you to support a person. All right, bet your name may not be in the front. You may be a part of it from the background, but that's laying down your life for a friend too. When you ain't the person that's out in the front, sometimes you may be the person in behind. You support this friend. You more worried about this person gonna leave you versus you understanding your value too. So it's a whole lot. It's a whole lot to that. But let me ask you all this, because we both in different industries. All of us in industries where we actually have co-workers.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So we got to get into this, yo, because this is weird. Right. There's people, you know it. It's more people. When you work, you be around those people more than you around your own family, your own children. Now, are these people you consider friends? Can you really find a true friend in the workplace? Like, what happens when y'all don't work for this place no more?
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say.
How that go?
I guess it all depends on the person too,
Yeah.
the people, because I have had friends who I consider, well, I don't want to call them friends, but people that, when I left that particular job, I kept them as friends or associates, I'll say, or colleagues, or they, colleagues. Let's use that word, colleagues. You know what I mean?
Fancy.
Right, colleagues. But yeah, because it was always, it was school friends, home friends, work friends, and in my case, it was church friends. You know what I mean? So, and home friends and church friends ain't always the same thing. School friends and home, everybody's not the same because you have different ideals and different walks of life, or just, different. Like the girls I hung out in high school with were totally and vastly different from the girls I hung in college with.
Gotcha.
But they were the same. They were different, but they, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
you relate to
That's
people
cool.
on different levels.
Right.
I'm gonna read this comment real quick because CJ says this. CJ says, no, they're not friends. She said we're co-workers. Some I may hang out with outside of work. We're associates, but friends. We're associates, but friends. No.
Right.
So-
yeah, I definitely agree with CJ on that. Yeah, definitely not friends. Yeah, associates, but they may turn into friends. They can turn into friends.
Maybe
They
not while you
can.
work there.
Right.
They can,
Because
but
it
then
depends on what you kind of get into outside of work.
But
Right.
does it
Especially
make
if they want to
do
their
friends?
supervisor. Their
Are
supervisor.
friends people that can you say like if friends are people that develop based on a circumstance, right? Like I've known people who will start a job, right? They haven't been working for a while, they don't get paid for 2 weeks, they come to work, they be at lunch, they be looking at you, they know they hungry.
Mm.
You can read the room and know when somebody hungry or not, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then boom, you help them out. Right? Out of the kindness of your heart, you help them out. You make sure they good. The next thing you know, they return the favor. Then y'all have conversations. Then y'all get along. And then it's like you find out you got things in common. Then you may hang outside of work. But then when I realized once you don't work there no more, you don't have no friends no more.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that I don't like about the whole thing is because you're around these people for a long time, like every day.
Yeah, 8
you're trying to
hours
get that
a day.
money, 8 hours a day,
Yeah.
and even more if you're doing overtime. You get there,
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you're around these people, and then boom, next thing you know, whenever you're not working there, you're not right in front of them. They're not your friends no more. Or let this happen. You get a promotion.
Mm.
Oh man, don't level up at your job. Level up at your job with somebody who went for the same joint as you, and boom, you get it. Oh man, you just lost you a friend. If you had a friend, they gone.
You gone, yeah.
They
Because
gone.
that's where the competition and the jealousy comes from, though, Rob.
Yeah.
It's cool because we're on the same level, right? It's cool
Right.
because we're on the same level. But like you said, once I level up or they level up, you may resent them. Let's say, for instance, y'all go for the same job and they get it and you don't. Are you clapping for them? Are you happy for them? You gonna take them to lunch? You gonna celebrate?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? You gonna celebrate them?
Yeah.
Or
wow.
now do they become the principal though? You know what I mean? So it's like nobody, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to.
Right.
Oh, you know, you in management. I don't want to deal. I can't have friends in management.
That's true though, right? Because I heard that. Like when you're a manager, you can't really be friends
can't
with people
fraternize.
that you. Right, but then, how does that do though? Like that's why I said certain things are just your business. That's where you
Right.
stop posting everything. Like if y'all out, you stop posting everything. You could probably take pictures of your drink, your food, and do all that, but you ain't gotta post you and them and all of y'all. That's when you keep it. But if that's your real friend, nothing should stop y'all from being friends.
Nothing.
You
You
know
right.
what I mean? But
But
at
we're
the
not
end of
from
the day,
that
we
era
know
either.
that.
We're
Yeah,
not
we
from
know
that videotape era, right? We're not from the social media era. We're not, take a picture and post everything era either. So that into us we don't get, that's why we don't get it. That's why we don't understand that. How we don't videotape and post and, just, oh, look at me, I'm having fun. Look at me, I'm here. Look at me, I'm there. Look at
Right.
me, my relationship is good. Look at me.
Mhm.
They live on Facebook.
People love to do that. People love to live on Facebook as those people are your real friends. Like people really think that people who like you or whatever is your real friend. Like it may be. Like don't get me wrong. You know, family and friends. It might be people that's like, but I'm saying like people really think their audience that they feel like they have on Facebook are their real friends or any of the social media platforms. Instagram.
And not thinking that the reason Facebook was formed because he didn't have any friends. He formed Facebook because he didn't have any friends. he wanted friends.
Now we all got 5,000 friends apiece.
Right. And gotta switch them out. Or if you ain't
active, you gotta go. We like, well, damn, we don't even see your shit, yo. When you post, like,
right?
yo,
I want 1,000 more. I want 1,000 more people I don't know. I want more strangers to argue with me.
Right. I want more strangers to like my pictures and look at me. But these are the people that we consider your friend. Like, this is what I'm talking about, yo. Like, people really put value in the wrong things because I feel like when it comes down to it, a friend, like for a person that you can really truly consider or call a friend, yo, that's the most valuable thing that you could ever have in this world, yo.
Yep.
Like, that's more valuable than who you can consider your family at a lot of times. If you can really consider a person a friend, you know why? Because that means that you are a friend to them as well. Mm-hmm. Most people are not your friend if it's not based on circumstances. Like, very seldom people can accept you for who you are. They only accept you for who they want you to be. Because once you're not what they want you to be, then boom. Family especially, or anybody like that, the moment that because I know for me, like I can only speak for me. A lot of times when people stop dealing with me, it's not because it's something I did to them, it's something I didn't do for them.
Oh, yes.
And that's the hardest pill to swallow. Because I've always done I see people, they go up and down my timeline, they will see themselves. Very much so. People will see themselves. Like if I rock with you, I've invested something in you. Now let me go on your timeline and see if the thing is returned. It don't ever be that way. But people are always complaining about something that they feel like I'm not doing for them. So for y'all, like, has that ever happened to y'all? Because these are people that consider themselves friends too.
Mika, say something.
I was talking.
She over there blacked out. Mika over there. She over there trying to figure this out. She thinking
right,
that's
because she in
the studio right now, yo. She got us looking bad, yo.
Like me and my friends still friending. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's facts, though. I mean, that's the beauty of it, though. Like we have two different perspectives of it. Like I don't have that same perspective that you have.
Right.
So that's what I think is cool about it. We can speak from two different sides of it. But what was the question, Rob? Run that back for me.
I already know where you at. Let me just be completely honest. You know I know. So that right there, I don't even know if I want to bring that question back. I think I probably want to go to another one because I already know where you at, yo. That is so difficult.
That's hilarious.
Right. So I want to say this. If you kind of think about it from this standpoint right here, like I believe nowadays at where we are right now, people gotta have value. Mm-hmm. People gotta add value to your life, yo. Mm-hmm. It can't just be let's hang out, let's chill, it gotta be some type of value being added to your life because inflation going up and just you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. I can drink it home, right?
And investing and all of these things are the most important connector to make right now. Like if you're not into something that is going to benefit the people that you with, I don't really see that that's a value right now. And I think other people, they could do that. They have that time frame, especially younger people, they could do that. But I'm talking about at the age where we are now, in the stage that we are now, like, listen, look, we got to be doing something, yo. Mm-hmm. Like, it got to be that. If it ain't that, it ain't this. I don't know how else to put it. If it ain't that, it ain't this.
You're right. It ain't that.
Yo, You alright, yo, man?
I was just laughing at what you said.
You know what? Because this, I'm being honest, yo. If it ain't that, it ain't this.
No, it's real. I feel you on it.
I'm gonna put that on the shirt
I
too,
wasn't
yeah.
expecting it.
Hey, listen. So look, I'm gonna read a comment right now. CJ is going crazy. CJ said, "Yo,
CJ on it.
you could bring value to anyone's life based off the simple shit. If you're looking for a purpose to deal with someone, it's transactions."
Yeah, she right about that. Or he right about that. CJ right. CJ right.
She's
Okay.
on it right now. She on it
Yeah,
right now.
no,
Yeah.
that's like transactional. I mean,
It has to be a give and take. You know, it has to be beneficial for both parties.
It
Like,
gotta be.
I can't be friends with somebody who I'm only a benefit to them.
mm-hmm.
Like, where's my benefit to this? So yeah,
Exactly.
it's transactional. It's a give and take. Like, there's something I must need from you and something you need from me. But that's that connection, though. That's what binds you, I guess.
Look, I really feel like, yo, at the end of the day, it's part of it, yo. I think that's part of it. I think we got to figure out a way. I think between all of us, we got to figure out a way to be able to communicate better, to be able to be in the position where we can be friends, real true friends with people. That's outside of the fact of where we going to put these people at and what category are these friends going to be in. You know what I mean?
But
Because
honestly, you gotta know you though. Like, that's what it is.
That's true.
A lot of people are lost.
That's
and so they're trying to figure out who they are while trying to meet new people. And they're trying to adapt. It's about survival at that point. Everybody's a chameleon in a sort of way. And so you have different personas with different groups of people because you're trying to fit in, you're trying to survive, and you don't know who you are. You don't have your own identity yet. And so when you don't know who you are, you can't find your people. You can't find a stable friendship base because it's all over the place, because you have all these different types of friends that you're trying to fit in with. And so honestly, it all starts with you. That's how all relationships have to start. You need to start with yourself before involving others in any type of way.
Right. So is that what we want to say? Like, based on friends in our life is based on how much you're willing to be a friend? Is that what we're saying? Because like you said, it's on you.
You gotta be a friend in order to get a friend. You gotta be a friend.
Yeah, do you want to spend time with yourself? Like, if you can't stand being alone, ain't nobody else gonna want to be with you. Like, that's just real.
Nobody.
I've been there personally. I didn't like myself for a minute. Like, I couldn't be around me. I had to fix me. And then it was better.
Yo, well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. Sometimes you feel a certain way about yourself, but I don't know. Like, I think we're always supposed to feel good about ourselves. Like, there's certain parts of our lives that we know that we have flaws. We all know that. We have these things about ourselves that we don't like. We work on them. Most of us are in the gym and all these other things. You know what I'm saying? Trying to work on these things that we don't like about ourselves.
Right.
But if we stick on the things that we don't like about ourselves, that'll be depressing because we've been through so much. Most of us have a past. Like, growing up wasn't always easy for all of us. And we know that we got picked on for certain things or whatever. We know what type of mindset that we could easily snap back in. Most of us had to force ourselves into confidence. You know what I'm saying? Based on just, you know what? Like, oh, man, you know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm this, I'm that. I don't care what you say. I'm this, I'm that.
Right.
And then that is mistaken for arrogance now. Like, confidence, especially for men, like, it's a thin line. Confidence gets mistaken for arrogance.
But
like,
if you keep telling me who you are,
that's true too.
That's arrogant.
Yeah, that's true too. All right,
it's about the tone and the action. Like,
that's
are
true.
you really?
I heard you the first time. I see you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, we're talking about in the fact that it's not that. It's in the fact of if a person can walk into a room and confidently speak about what it is about themselves that they bring to the table.
Well, it's
not necessarily going in the room bragging about, yo, I got XYZ. I'm talking about if the question is asked. Like, if the question is asked, you're supposed to be confidently be able to answer that question.
Like, what's 5 good things about you type thing, or like what makes you I'm just saying what
That's
makes you
speed
good.
dating. That's speed dating. We don't need to walk in the room and speed date. Like, all right, listen, you go walk in the room and speed date everybody in there. Yo, listen,
Right.
yo, what's your love language, yo? Like, what? That's what we doing. That's what we doing. Like, yo, I'm just trying to figure out if you know about stocks. I don't
Right.
know what you love, nigga.
Right.
Like, yo,
But you looking, that's what I'm saying. You're looking for a colleague then. You're talking about stocks, like,
Yeah.
you know,
no, not necessarily, because you know, as your friend, like for me, like me and you know, we talk. We talk about other outside things that
of
come
course,
across.
yeah, most
You know what I'm saying?
definitely.
So that has nothing to do. Like, I really believe that if you're a person's friend, if there's an opportunity that you know about, you'll express it. It's up to that person whether they want to jump in or out. That's like double dutch.
Right, that's
It's
true.
up to you when you want to jump in, but the ropes are turning. What
But
you gonna
everybody
do?
can't go with you.
No, they can't. But I want to tell you, I'm still going to tell you. You're right, but I'm still going to tell
Even if
you.
you're my friend, you can't always go with me. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
and I always, it's so funny because I talk about it all the time, but MC Hammer was the only rapper I could listen to coming up, right? Because he didn't curse or whatever. But look at him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Put all his friends on.
He tried to take everybody he knew with him. He wanted to get everybody off the street. He had people on his payroll that didn't do anything. They had no skills to do anything. They didn't even shine his shoes. And he went bankrupt. So you can't take everybody with you.
That's true.
And that's unfortunate.
That goes for family too, though.
Oh yeah, but we're not talking about. You can't choose your family.
But they can't go with you either. That hurt. They hurt too.
But I can still help my family. I could still support my family. You know what I mean? I could be a spokesperson for my family. I can create generational wealth. But as far as my friends are concerned, like they can't always go with me. They can't go everywhere I go. They can't do everything I do. And it's not because they're less than, it's because our skills are different. Our skill sets are different. Our mindsets sometimes are different. Because if I got a friend who is in a mindset of being a housewife or, a mother, it's like, my kid's grown.
Right. Well, hey, listen. So this is what we're gonna do, because we got a few minutes. We got about a few minutes left, and but we want to do this. We want to say, first of all, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for jumping on. I appreciate y'all for being transparent about how y'all look at friends and look at friendship, and what y'all feel like is the difference between having friends or associates or colleagues. That was really important too. I like that word. We don't look at that word enough, Country T, about colleagues, because colleagues are important. I just think that everybody has a place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, everybody's not meant to be in every circle, but there's a place, you know what I'm saying, for everybody. If you can have that type of mentality, like you said, Mika, read the room. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to the body language, you know what I mean, of people who's around you. But always be willing to give to the person that's willing to give to you. That's how I feel about it. You know what I mean? Like, be willing to give to the person that's willing to give to you. When it comes down to it, that's why I always reach out to the people that always support me first.
You sure do.
Whenever I do, whatever I'm doing something, I come to them first. Before, even with the show, like, I brought the show back. Let me go to the people I know first. All my guests coming up for all these shows are going to be people that I know already, that's been working with me on skits or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something that I appreciate. Anything anybody done, they took a picture, you know what I'm saying? They wore my clothes, they did a fashion show, anything, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming to them. I'm coming to them because that's how I feel. I'm appreciative of the fact that they can be willing to do some stuff like that for me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm also understanding this too. Like, what you give out to the universe is what you get back.
True. Ooh.
You know what I mean? And the universe is never not going to give you a return, yo.
Yeah.
Never not gonna give you a return. So before we go, I need y'all to let people know what's coming up. All right, so look, before we do that, I do have to say this. All right, so Country T,
What's up?
we gotta rock out on Saturday. I'm just gonna make sure that everybody understand. I'm still gonna eat some fish out there at Stencils when we get out there, because that's the one thing I'm not gonna be eating for the few days before we get to the comedy show, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All the turkey wings and all that other stuff gonna be
They can keep
popping.
right.
Yeah, they gotta have all that. I'm going out there and I'm getting me a fish plate off top.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I had one the other day.
Man, listen, yo, every time, as soon as I pull up, I walk up to the window. Now the little lady don't even ask me. She be like, why you didn't macaroni and cheese, french fries? I be like, all right, bet. Put it together, yo.
I love
that shit up, B.
What we doing? What we really doing? You know what I'm saying? And before, like the first couple of times, I had to pay first. Now she's like, oh, don't worry about it. You gonna come back, and I come back every time too, because I don't think she forget.
Yeah, I don't forget. She 91. She don't forget.
No, I don't think she forgets. So I come right back over there and make sure I take care of that. But and me, I appreciate y'all for all the support that y'all give me. I know both of y'all name is Tamika.
Well, you call me T, you call me Mika, so that's cool.
I've been trying my best to separate y'all tonight. I didn't even think about all that before I put this together.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying? But always appreciate you for everything you do, helping me out with the sketch. You support it, you promote it. And then listen, that potential spam joint, yo, I love that. Yo, I love that one. I love that one. I'm gonna keep pushing all of the content. I'm not stopping, you know what I'm saying? But before we get out of here, I need y'all to tell the people what y'all got going on next, y'all. What you got going on, Country T?
Oh, well, right now I am Saturday, Middlesex Stencils. Y'all come on down and get y'all a fish plate. They do the crab boil every fourth Saturday. And then we up there, we telling jokes and full bar. And I mean, we just be having a great time. Music.
Black-owned establishment, you know what I'm saying?
Black-owned, DJ D Entertainment.
All right.
In the building.
We're gonna miss Big P, yo.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? That's my guy, yo.
We'll he coming, how we do it.
We'll next
You know how we do it.
Yeah, fact.
So I got that coming up, and got some other things coming up because of course, I just got me a brand new position. So
right.
Really
congratulations.
Thank you. So
right.
And so I'm doing that. So we're doing a parade. You got to get the parade together for the town and everything. So
that's facts.
So
when is that? When is the parade going on?
The parade is December the 1st in Kinley, North Carolina.
December the 1st. All right, bet. I'm gonna try to make that. Is it like early in the morning?
No, it's at night. It's the only night parade.
At night? Y'all doing a parade at night?
All
right.
Yep.
All right, so it get dark like 5 o'clock, yo.
Yep. We in there.
What time y'all starting, yo?
Huh? What you say?
What time y'all starting?
It's 6 o'clock.
Oh, all right, bet. All right, yeah. I'm trying to make that.
All right, 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Come out there and see the fire truck.
That's what y'all do.
No,
well, that's y'all parade fire truck.
No,
it's gonna be quick. I'm gonna have to get out there at 4:30. So I don't miss that. I ain't never heard of Kinley, yo. But listen, it ain't even about me.
Yeah, no.
I'm just gonna come and support.
Please. You got Christmas on Main, that weekend. So, I got a lot of things coming up, especially comedy wise. So you can get me on Country T Comedy on YouTube, Country T Comedy on Instagram, Country T Comedy on Facebook, and you can get me on I Got 5 on it too if you want to, jump on that. So
y'all know what to do. Y'all go jump out there. Y'all go like our page. I Got 5 on it. You know what I'm saying? Link with us on Facebook. I Got 5 on it. Y'all can find us out there. We got clips of the comics. We got T and Big P in action out there. All kind of content. You know what I mean? And we appreciate everybody that come out to the comedy shows. And we normally do 2 in a weekend, but right now we're getting close to the holidays, so we just gonna hit y'all with this next one coming up. We're gonna give y'all a break, and we're gonna come right back in January full-fledged with a bunch of new comics. We're gonna add to the platform too. We're gonna be doing an improv piece to the platform. So we definitely want y'all to come out, because all the skits we do improv. I do feed everybody what we're talking about, what the basics are, but then we let people roll, and then they always come out with a great content. So I feel like improv is our strong suit. So we'll be adding that to the comedy show as well. So for all of y'all that come to the comedy show, please link with us. Please make sure that y'all rock with us. Please go out there and link with us on Team Collective TV on YouTube, because we have a bunch of content up there. So, Meek, before we go, let them know what you got going on. Anything you want the people to know. I know you got these amazing journals.
Yes,
You just
yes,
recently jumped out there and became your own boss.
yes,
You know what I'm saying?
yes.
So I want you to tell everybody what's going on real quick.
Yes, so I just put in my notice. I will be a full entrepreneur starting in 2023.
Congratulations, girl.
Thank you, ma'am. So yeah, I create customized, personalized planners, journals, notebooks, whatever you need. I create templates for it, put it together. Cover is customized for you, so it speaks to you. Especially when it comes to journaling, we need that personal connection. So I make sure that it resonates with you when you get it. I'm also a life coach. I have an 8-week program that's coming out, helping women find their life purpose, so that we remember how to dream again. We wear all these hats. We got to be mom, sister, daughter, spouse, but we forget that we also have dreams and there's things we want to do.
Purpose, right?
Yes, and living in that purpose and making sure you're going for what you truly desire. You're not forgotten. So yeah, stay tuned for that. That's coming out January. Yeah, I'm just doing a whole lot of stuff. I've been busy revving up. I got a meeting on Friday to get my journals in a store.
Okay, girl,
So
you better do
Love
that.
that, yo. That's what I'm
yeah.
talking
Was it
about.
the Black Flea Market, Black Friday downtown Raleigh?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I didn't even
Oh
know
check
about
into
yeah,
that.
that.
Check into that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
It's
that's
a
like a
co-mingle space.
Okay.
what?
Oh,
Yeah,
I've
a
been trying to
co-
look into some commingle. Yes,
yeah.
yes.
It's right
Okay.
downtown Raleigh. I think it's Black Flea Market or Black Friday. I'll find it and send it to you. But
Okay.
it's a
Yes.
wonderful space. It's a wonderful space.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's
love
dope.
definitely.
it.
I'll definitely
Yeah,
check that out.
we need to go. We need to check. We need to go out there because we got plenty of merch. You know what I'm saying? I got
Hmm
500. We got plenty of collective wear. We need to kind of go out there and get with the people too and check that out. So yeah, so that's a good look. And then, like I said, y'all can catch both of these ladies on the channel, Team Collective TV. They're up there. We work with skits, short films, series.
Everything.
They're all
Everything.
over the place. So you can also
Videos.
find them there, music videos. You can see them all up there because I do pretty much a little bit of everything. A lot of times I don't like to tell people all the stuff that I do because they think I'm lying. Like I promise you, it sounds like a lie. Like if people ask me, they say, "Yo, Rob, what do you do?" and I run it off, they really would think that I'm lying. And it's like, yo, maybe you shouldn't have asked me. But if you
Check
ever
out, check. Hey, Google me, baby.
that's all you
Yes.
got to do, and it's pretty much a speak for itself. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
So I definitely appreciate all that. So before we go, I want all the people to know that the next show that we're gonna be talking about is we're gonna be talking about real estate investment, because that's another thing that we got to get into, y'all. I want all my people to understand it's a whole lot of wealth out there for us, and it's more than enough. Don't let nobody think that everybody is doing it and it's not enough out there and you can't get. No, everyone can get out here and change the trajectory of their life. Like I say, CEO is meant to start up here,
Start up
but
there, yep.
we need more people in the investment space. We're going to be talking about that next week. I got some people coming on that are real estate investment specialists, and we're going to chop it up. And we're going to go through it. We're going to go through the ins and outs of how to jump out there and get into real estate investment. Also, we're going to be talking about coming up soon after that. We're going to talk about crypto investment too, because that's very important for all my people to understand the way digital currency or the way the currency is moving. I understand that people always talk about volatility up and down, this, that, and the third. No. There's a whole lot of other types of understanding the platforms of what cryptocurrency is. all investments in crypto is not about a dollar or exchange for something. A lot of times you can invest in crypto that's investing in a platform that everybody else is using and making money. You could be making money off of everybody else making money without being in the thing that everybody else is making money on. That's just something that a lot of us don't know. It's because we look at things from the surface. We don't take time to dig into it. So we're going to have some crypto talk coming up because investing is the future.
Definitely.
Generational wealth, investing is the future. All right. So we want to make sure that y'all tune in and lock in with us, yo. All right. Lock in with us on Facebook, lock in with us on YouTube, lock in with us on Twitch, Instagram, all these other places, man, because you're going to see a lot of content coming from all three of us. And then you got a lot of things that's coming down the pike that I think is very informational for our people. And we should be able to get out here and get into this shit. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, I appreciate you, ladies. I promise y'all I do. Thank y'all for jumping on and giving y'all perspective on friendship and what it the ins and outs of what it means to be a friend as well, y'all. I thank y'all for that. I applaud y'all for all the accomplishments y'all have coming up. Both of y'all are entrepreneurs. Damn, Country T, you're actually really a city council. Like, you're really like, wow. Like, that's amazing, man. Like, yo, we gotta celebrate that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, man.
No, that's amazing, man. So I appreciate you, ladies, for sure. And thank you for jumping on the show. I know y'all will jump on anytime I need y'all. So thank y'all so much, y'all. Word up. All right. So everybody else, I want y'all to know, don't forget that today was sponsored by Collective Wear. I want y'all to make sure y'all go out there and check out that full brand, that full line that's out there. Y'all can link with me on Linktree. The link to get the merch and everything is up there, so you can very well find out what's going on and get your copy and all of that. And don't forget, we got some new music out there that's streaming on all platforms. All you gotta do is Google RAH and the number 1, and it'll all pop up, y'all. So without further ado, I appreciate all of y'all. Thank you, ladies. And yeah, we out of here. Next one, y'all. This is Sparking Conversation. We out.
Ooh.
All right. Ooh, what up,
Woo!
That's dope, man. Thank you so much for jumping on, man. For real, y'all.
Most definitely.
So next week is gonna be the real estate investment. So if y'all available to come around, y'all jump in. Y'all got questions for the people or whatever.
Yeah. I would definitely want to look into that cryptocurrency. My son, he's looking to, invest in everything. So definitely.
I've been on it for the last 2.5 years. It's really dope. It's not something that it's different. And then with the real estate investment, we're going to be talking about from tax liens. I'm going to be actually talking about tax lien certificates and tax lien deeds, and that's a way that people can get into real estate without actually having to own real estate, but can find a way to own real estate by just paying for liens and stuff like that. Yeah. So, it's a lot of it's crazy out there. It's crazy. I know.
Trust me. So you might want to look into the area I'm in too.
Yeah, I've been looking out there. It's crazy
Micro, Kenley, like the country, because they coming out here.
Word. Yeah, I'm definitely looking out there in that area. I was looking at Middlesex and all that. It's a lot of land out there for development. So it's like one of those things, trying to figure out what the jobs are like, the direction of where the jobs are going. And then that'll determine where people are going to set up, and then how we can get, because that's one of the other things. I've been in connections with some land developers, and that's all they need. But we got to make sure that people will be able to afford, what's being put.
Well, not even that. You got to find builders too. You know what I mean? You can find developers. You got to find the builders.
Oh yeah, they are one. They're a developer. They got all that.
But that's what I'm saying. What's happening? A lot of people are getting out of the business for that reason. It's like, they're getting out of the business. It's expensive. It really is. Like the materials are very expensive. So like if you look at the housing market now, and you look at how people just throwing up these houses or whatever, they're using what we call builder materials. and that's just them putting a house together. That's not you saying, okay, I want wood, I want marble, I want, this, that, and the third. That's them putting up this plywood and saying, okay, here's your house, and don't worry, in 5 years it's gonna settle and your house is gonna need to be leveled.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they are popping up a bunch of apartment buildings and apartment complexes and all that too. So we just got to figure out our way.
What I'm saying, even with that, it's just that's what I'm saying. Everybody throwing up, apartment, but it's the quality of these places. You know what I mean? Like these things will.
Look, you figure out if you want to mess with the old houses where the ghosts are, if you want to.
Yeah, that's the one.
I ain't got time for Insidious Part 7 because
they're the ones with the good bones.
Yo, nah, those are the ones that got
exactly bones. They can have all that shit.
Those are the ones that got literal bones, yo.